Okay, so I'm going to steal a quick 5 minutes while the kids are asleep. Just a quick review on this book that is absolutely fantastic. It's called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, Negotiating as if your life depended on it. I wasn't really sure what to expect from this book. I'd seen it advertised in my Discover section of Audible for quite some time, and if I'm honest, the cover didn't particularly interest me. I found it a bit plain. I know you should never judge a book by its cover, but I did. The title didn't really interest me. I didn't really consider negotiation to be something I'd be particularly bothered about or that I'd get much from. I'm very much into personal development. I read a lot of personal development books. I listen to a lot of them on Audible. I'm passionate about it. I'm a consultant in social care, and it's kind of one of my missions is to sort of get the word of personal development out there in the hope that it'll improve people's mental health, particularly for young people kind of leaving school. And this book is just such a useful tool. I really cannot recommend it enough. Chris Voss is an ex-FBI negotiator, so basically he kind of goes against the grain in terms of, he talks about sort of Harvard educated people that he goes up against and negotiates with, who have learned all the tricks in the trade and kind of done it very scientifically and for a research model kind of thing. He's honed his skills of negotiation through working with the FBI, negotiating with hostage takers and some really dangerous situations. Sorry, the battery nearly went then. Some really dangerous situations. So he is hugely skilled. He's got his own company, Black Swan Group. Look him up on YouTube. He's got loads of free information on there where he's talking about negotiation. He's talking about his book, Never Split the Difference. It's absolutely fantastic. He talks about mirroring, and not mirroring in the sense of kind of copying people's body language, but actually kind of just very briefly, just kind of repeating back the last sort of 2 or 3 words that someone says to you, or selected words. And if you do that, the idea is that you start to build up empathy and prove to the person that you're listening to them, they start to trust you. My boy's waking up. And other different things he talks about. He talks about your tone of voice, smiling when you're talking. When you smile, you can hear it in the tone of voice. It kind of changes the way you sound. So it's empathizing with people, it's building a relationship, it's being patient. He talks about using the late night DJ FM voice, so it's very sort of calm and reassuring, and you're just kind of not putting anyone in any kind of panic, just sort of being very sort of solid, dependable. So it's all these sort of tricks that he talks about. He talks about never pressurizing people to say yes. As soon as you try and pressurize a yes out of people, they're going to start meeting out with resistance. If you imagine cold callers asking you all sorts of stupid questions like they do, and all the questions they ask can be answered in no other way other than yes, but you know ultimately you're going to say no to them, but it just irritates you. So get to know first of all. So put the person in a position where they can say no quite early on. That then sort of grounds them and gives them a feeling of control, basically. Once the person said no, they feel as though they're in control more of the conversation, and it can kind of develop from there. He says the words "that's right" are really important. So when you hear "that's right" from someone, you know that you're onto a winner. You're going the right direction. If they say "you're right," then that's very much them just trying to get rid of you. If you imagine yourself when you've had arguments and stuff, and you sort of say to someone, "Yeah, you're right, you're right," that's almost you kind of just giving up and just saying, "Look, leave me alone, you're right, okay?" When you say "that's right," it's almost kind of saying, yes, yeah, that's right, yeah, you understand me. So the person's showing that they feel as though you understand them, and they're more likely to give you a lot more information. So what you want when you're negotiating with people is to build up a rapport. Don't show any anger. If you feel any anger, take a breath, slow things down, because anger really gets in the way. Anger causes anger, aggression causes aggression. You don't want that. Just listen to people, show them that you're listening, repeat back the last few words they're saying to show that you're listening, build up that empathy and that trust, that rapport. He's got loads more information and tips in there, and like I say, lots of free stuff on YouTube as well. It's a really, really good book. It's actually the surprise book for me of 2019. I think I'm on about 52 books so far this year, and I think this is my favourite so far. It was a real surprise. I'm starting to use some of the skills every day when I talk to people as well, which is quite good fun, and it surprised me how well it works. So yeah, really, really, really good book. Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. Cannot recommend it enough.